Welcome back, everyone. It's time for more Band of Blades. We just met up with our spy buddy, and he seemed to be injured. I'm sure there's more than that going on.
Yeah. So,
It's
what do
probably
you
not
first want
that
to do?
simple.
You're safe in the house for the
I
moment.
I think it's talk to Bortus, right? And be like, okay, you're here. Can we go now? We're done, right?
You look like you need some help.
Yeah, I need a little more than just some help.
Let me
It
take a look
says,
at that.
cool. So you're undoing the bandages, and he'll start telling his tale for like a split second. So, it says, he's Imyani, so he's got like this like super thick accent, and he says, "I found out a lot of things about Render." And he starts talking. He's like, he set up a forge in the city, which is where he's making all of his troops. Um, I couldn't get close enough to actually try and destroy it or anything, but I found out a couple of things. I think the first that you should probably know, and he talks about this unit called the Knights of the Black Oak. They're very famous Zemyati knight group, and they were sworn to the Chosen that was broken. And when the Chosen broke, all of them were like, "Nope, I guess we're on the other side now," and they decided to swap sides. He's like, "They're still living, but they're fighting for the Cinder King. Actually, they're fighting for their broken." And he
Such
mentioned
as our
Archer
archer
lady.
friend.
He goes, yeah, she picked up my trail. I tried shaking her. I was here with a full unit of 5. She killed all of them and almost got me.
Yeah, these are all things.
I see.
He
I
says,
think.
so at that point, you're done unwinding the binding on his arm. And when you look at it, you realize that there's like horrible black veins, and his like hand is already starting to transform from blight. And he says, so I have a plan.
Is that plan for us to get the hell out of here?
He says, I wasn't going to return to the Legion with this. And he like tries to move the hand, and you like see like blood pouring out of his wound and like pus, right? And then he like lets it go limp again. He says, but there is a temple to the Aldermani gods, has a pool of water that is supposed to heal any disease. He goes, I figure if we go there, we can use the so like the way religious supplies are frequently made is they make things out of like the bodies of the chosen after they die or reascend, they burn out. He says, there's a pool of water where one is immersed there, and he says, I am hoping that it can fix this problem for me.
Yeah, Alana would probably kill you on sight with that.
If not, we can always get rid of it.
He goes, I don't know if it's spread past just my arm. He goes, the only visible effect. Oh, by the way, he like tied a belt and did all the like usual stuff, right?
Right.
But like, corruption is a mystical force. Like,
That's fair. That's fair.
Tell me about
At the
it.
very least, so cutting off the arm at the very least means Alana won't kill him on sight. It just until it spreads. If it does.
and he says,
Because-
it's not just about that. He goes, I'm not going to go walk into the middle of the Legion camp and infect everyone else. It's like, that's not my goal here.
Fair.
Either way, the information you've given us is invaluable. Let's see if we can repay you.
So I have a suggestion, maybe.
And I mean, Ginga, I think you're
You're in charge.
in charge.
have
So
to-
you're,
Am
you're,
I back? I
you're
thought I was
back.
still taking
No,
the nap.
you're
No,
up.
it's a new scene, so you're back.
You've
So
been
she's
awake
just-
for all this.
She's just kind of rubbing the side of her head and staring out, trying to like peek out the window to see if that woman's still there. She's not happy. She'll look over to the rest of the group. I think it would make sense for us to finish what we started out there. Otherwise, she could follow us back to camp.
I think her goal here is to protect that forge that was mentioned. She hasn't. If she wanted to, I'm pretty sure she'd be throwing arrows in here right now.
I mean, you guys are behind walls. I mean, her
Yeah.
arrows are mighty. They're not wall penetrating.
I meant like
They
through
were,
like
that'd
the
be
windows or
terrifying.
whatnot. But like it's a risk we may have to take, honestly. If she ends up following us, we can always re-engage later, but I don't think we're in her territory. She knows these streets better than we do.
What do you think, Green?
Well, I don't think we're going to be getting past her very easily. Not a second time. Unless there's another way out of this building.
We could try the stealthier approach. A few of us, not maybe some of me and the rookies lead a distraction. You and the guys take Bordis to the pool. See if you can heal him and get out. We'll try and get out later.
Are you suggesting we split up?
I mean, better us die than you.
Is there a back entrance here?
I'd like to get us all out alive.
Bordis says there is. He says there is an old storm cellar that does lead behind this building. That's how I got in the first place. But we were being chased by undead, so I boarded it up. I don't know how quietly we can get out through that path.
What if I can take some shots at her from upstairs? Cause a bit of a distraction for you to make it out, and then I'll follow right behind.
I don't like you sacrificing yourself any more than one of the rookies.
It's not a sacrifice. I'll follow right behind. Once
Are you
guys
lying
are
to
across,
us?
No. Once you guys are
She
across
believes
and you're
it in her
behind the other
heart.
side of the building, she'll leave once the girl's dead. Once you guys get across, I'll signal, you continue the cover fire, and I'll run.
Would it be better, rather than cover fire, to just try and get out without her noticing somehow? Like, make her think we're still in here, or at the very least think that there's an easier target to chase.
I think me shooting is making her think that we're still here.
I was gonna say, are you trying to tell the commander what to think there, rookie?
Trying very hard to not have our commander die, because if our commander dies, the rookies are going to freak out, and I know that.
You know, actually, I think I'm not going to stand for this insubordination, and you're getting a backhand.
Yeah, I think she just takes it. Like, it doesn't, like, she doesn't, like, flinch, or doesn't, like, she expected this, but I'm just like, I'm just saying, killing her isn't the
I'm
priority.
just saying that you're not in charge here. Keep your mouth shut,
know,
rookie.
no.
Green is right. Step in line. Noted. I'll take it under advisement. And she's just looking out the window or out anywhere she can peeking between curtains or whatever's, she can kind of obscure just to see if the woman's still there.
I just want to say, like, doesn't say anything, but, like, goes back to the rookies and may mutter something under her breath along the lines of, like, that's not what we said when we were killing the fucking big guy, or something along those lines while you were on the ground. And then just...
Can we hear them? Can I hear that?
That was very quiet.
You're sounding cute.
No, it's just saying to yourself.
That was fucking very quiet to me.
You're a sniper,
Rookie's
though.
gonna catch these hands in a second.
You are a sniper, though.
So if I look with my, if I look and I look a little bit out the window, can I see that shine of her?
So I'll tell you what it is. You put two and two together. You realize that the woman is not giving off any glow, but when you see the tips of her arrows, that's what glitters.
Do I see that?
You give me a scouting roll. It's
Okay.
it's not dangerous. It's just, let's see how much information you get.
So just a straight risky standard?
Yeah. It's gonna count as a gather info check, so it's technically a 2-die fortune roll, but yeah. No,
Nice.
she is hiding somewhere really well.
Okay.
But you do know that she's not in the window that she was using before. So much like so the policy of snipers is try not to stay in the same spot, like shoot then move. And she took her shots and then she moved. And so you look around and you kind of like pick out where you would position yourself in 3 or 4 spots, but you don't necessarily have the angle, like, because you're looking down to up, right? Like you're not on a rooftop looking down everywhere.
Okay.
You're like trying to guess, but wherever she is, she's hiding behind a wall or something. Like you don't have a clear line.
She peeks her head out for a few minutes. You see a little bit more of a glow as she's trying to scan the rooftops against the wall in front of her. You can see it. And she turns back to the group. I don't see her, but we can't just make a run for it and risk it. These people are too slow with their condition.
I agree.
We're going to do 2 groups. We're going to get the less injured, 1 or 2 of them if we can. We're not splitting up, but we're getting 1 or 2 of them if we can to go first that are faster. see if they can zigzag, get across the street, get behind an alley so we can make our way out of here back the way we came, and then make our way. We know that route better. And then the injured will follow behind. And then to another healthy person, I'll hop in the back. Green, you lead the front. I can at least cover fire from the back. Let's go.
Awesome. So, Commander, who is going to be the first group that's actually making the zigzag that you described?
So going out first is going to be, hold on, let me look at where's the other, what was your name again? In the Alice's character? Yeah.
Oh, freaking Zenny.
So Zenny and one of the other healthy scouts, or rookies, I'm sorry, are going to go first. And then it's going to be Verdant and whoever is carrying him next. And then fought with someone else, one of the other rookies carrying the gentleman that we're with to get him out.
Awesome.
Cool. Green's going to be out in front with the two rookies, kind of ushering everyone through, and I'm going to follow up in the rear right behind them.
So the question is, are you planning to run with them, or do you want to like climb up high and try and take up a sniper's perch to watch for this woman, or what do you want to do?
Rooftop to rooftop type deal.
Yeah, I think she's going to try to get up high and maybe get onto the next rooftop that's maybe still obscured from the back of it. You know what I mean? And just kind of peek around the corner.
Why don't you give me a controlled scout roll?
Okay.
You may want to push yourself for this one. Oh, never mind.
My first success.
Nice.
You get up, you get into position, and you even do it without ever exposing yourself to sight. So I'm going to give you potency on your first shot.
Okay. Do I see her?
No, but you know the 3 spots where she is bound to be, and you know that if she draws, right, like her arrow is going to be in your view, which means that your eye is going to pick it up. So you will see her, and because you rolled a 6, she doesn't know where you are.
Okay. She's going to line up a shot to the center of the 3 windows and then just keep her head off to the side so she can easily access and fire.
Awesome. So the first group goes running out, and I believe it was Zenny and one of the other rookies. Marshall, which rookie is it?
Let's say it is Albra.
With Green leading them.
Yep,
Green
Glowing Thunder is there.
Awesome. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
So you folks are going to go running. Now, I'm going to we're going to have to talk rules a second because I feel like there's multiple options here. Like you could make a group maneuver roll and we could see if there's shots landing, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like the correct move here is, and I just want to make sure that I have your buy-in because your lives are at risk, is that your sniper is going to take a shot, and that will determine if the Black Archer even manages to get an arrow off in some reasonable aim.
Yeah.
I think that's fair because I think the way you stated it, she's gonna spot the Black Archer before she can get a shot off. It's a question of whether or not she can take out before she gets the shot off. So,
or at least hinder her.
Yeah.
Slow her down so you guys can at least get across. Yeah.
I think that's totally fair. Because if you ace this, then I think we're done.
Maybe
at least on this part, but maybe not.
Ginge, it's up to your roll. It's controlled, great effect.
Okay, so I'm also gonna, I already have trauma, and I'm free on stress. So let's just push ourselves.
Yeah,
pushing yourself to an excellent effect or
extra die.
Okay,
extra die for sure. Given my rolls today, guys.
That's fair.
I'm sorry in advance.
That's smart.
Let's say spending
the 8. So there's a moment where you're like,
nice.
Like check, and then you see her like a ghost. She stands up with no sound and lines up the perfect shot, and you're like, read you like a book. So yeah, you take your shot. It's flawless. She doesn't even she knows the rooftop that you're firing from, but she's not even looking in your direction. And you hear the shot go through, and you hear kind of like a yell from the room. So it's obvious that unlike the undead who are like, oh, did you shoot me? Yeah, that's nice. I'm gonna murder you. She's a human, right? And you just put snipers are the only ones that have jacketed rounds. So, like you just put a high caliber bullet through her. So you see like the crack in the window, and then you see blood all over the wall. You land a serious shot. I'm gonna give you a.
I was really hoping it's been aimed there just to try and kill her in one shot.
6. So 6 is really good for you. You don't see her stand back up.
Okay.
You can't tell if she's dead or not. Like you put the shot straight through her chest. So you know that she took like a sucking chest wound from a sniper rifle. But you have no idea if she's alive or dead or what's going on there.
Okay. She'll see the two other groups that are like hurt, kind of trying to get across, and she's gonna like, I can't whistle, guys. She's gonna whistle twice.
Papa.
Can't do it. Nope. She's gonna like look down to whistle to Green, and just do like a sweep, like a get the rest of the injured to come back and get the rest of the injured out because it's clear. And she's not gonna leave her position. She's gonna keep watching to see if that. She's obsessed now, so she needs to know that this person is dead. So she's gonna make sure that this person doesn't get back up while they're finishing getting across.
So your troops are going to finish getting across safely. There is no further conflict there, but you wait patiently, and sure enough, like I'm going to say, like as they're about to leave the engagement zone, right? Like you see like a hand come up and like clutch the wall, and there's like a shadow, and it starts moving further into the house. What do you want to
do? You guys are gonna be real mad at me for this trauma. I gotta go see if she's dead.
Wait.
I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm hoofing it. I got the
Just
sniper
jump.
on my back, and I'm pulling out my. Where is it? No, I'm just gonna keep the rifle on me.
Cool. So I don't think that there is an obstacle here. Like, you just tell me how you want to go in. Do you like go down to the ground floor, walk over to the next building, kick in the door, and then do a room by room clear? Are you
She does it quieter than that, but she does like a creak open door. She's got her rifle, and she's kind of doing like the SWAT, like hold up your gun, next room check
corners?
And then, she's gonna hold out on the bottom floor under the stairs and wait to surprise this person.
Oh, that's good.
Because they're not jumping out a window. If they do, they'll see. But before she does that, before she makes her way across, she's just going to motion to Green to hold.
We'll hold at the end, yeah.
Cool. Give me a scout roll, just to see kind of your position. It's controlled right now. A controlled standard scout roll, just to see the position. Like if this.
Yes.
Now that I need it. Guys.
Finally. Yeah, now that you have revenge, you're just
Now
like, I can't
Now
stop.
that you've
You know, I'm a
dropped
god.
the motivation-
I'm not traumatized. You are.
I think. So that's a 6, and I'm not taking your success away from you. So I think that there's this moment where you're waiting, right? And like minutes are ticking by, but you're a sniper. You know how to like still your heartbeat and just like wait in a moment. And the first sign that anything is going to happen, there is no footstep. She's like a ghost. But what gives her away is the drip, drip, drip of the blood. She is leaking like a sieve. And so she's like taking, like you see her like moving on the stairs, like her body is like shifting weight and displacing it. And there's like she's coming down, and she's got the quiver, and she's only got 3 arrows remaining. And she has one of them out and is knocked on the bow, but like the bow, like the tension string is like shaking, right? And she's moving like a forest cat, but you see her through the stairs. So it's like left stairs, like you can see gaps between them, and you can actually see the foot come down, another foot come down, and she is moving like if you weren't in the perfect position, you definitely wouldn't know that she's coming this way, but you are. So what do you want to do?
I'm going to put my gun between the slat, and as she takes a step down, shoot her in the back as she's at the right step where she's stepping down.
That's
Beautiful.
perfect.
So that's controlled great effect.
Please push use aim. Please push
Please.
use aim. Fucking murder her.
So how do I use aim? What do I do?
You just say I'm using aim, and if you have one aim, it's spent, and you can spend as many as you want. It just does extra like damage.
So essentially, if you have like 3 aim, you can technically spend multiple aim on a single shot and just try to kill a thing in a single shot.
Okay, so I'm going to use aim, and I'm going to push myself again.
Go for it.
Because I'm making bad decisions today.
No, you're making
we're
good
making this
decisions.
girl's fair. Yes.
Holy fuck.
So I'd like to point something out, by the way. This is incredible because this never happened in any game I have run. You have just managed to kill a lieutenant, which is unheard of in Band of Blades.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
So,
You just fucking
talk shit, roll crits, right?
That's
I like to
exactly
think
how it
that
works.
she
what's-
steps down and I go,
fucking enemy at the gates.
you hear maybe she hears like my eye as I'm just because it's finally attuning. It's like and she hears a little something and she goes to turn and it just shoots and clips through one side of her ribs into the other. And I just go over and just hit her, beating her mercilessly with the back of my gun.
Yes.
Yeah. I
Oh
think
my
there's-
god.
There's just like a moment where you like walk and you put one foot on her chest, right? And you're holding the gun. And she looks at you and she goes, "For the shining one," and you're just you maul her. There's some disgusting squelching noises for a good minute afterwards.
She's gonna check her body for any orders or anything, and then head back to the group, just walking with her rifle over her shoulder, just covered in not her blood.
You just needed motivation. That's all you needed.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you find some orders on her. I think you do. That's they're obviously like they're written in Zemyani. I have no idea if you speak it.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, you
Yes, we do.
definitely find some
Mhm.
papers, pull them out, and you like bundle them up, stick them in your like behind your belt or whatever, and you're good to go. There's nothing else here.
Yeah,
I think
when
we
she
actually
walks,
get Lisa Miati on the team.
she's gonna
I think
take one of
so.
those arrows with her, or no, actually, she's gonna grab her bow just for fun, and
Awesome.
she'll walk back to the group.
About to say the bow will probably be okay. The arrows probably not.
Yeah, the bow she'll bring back. She'll have it over her other with her gun up.
I'm not
And
saying
she'll
I
just
want to
walk
study
back.
them, but I kind of want to study them.
Yeah, she'll give it over to Green. Just be like, "Here you go," and she'll look over to the recruit. Don't question me again. Get these guys back, and just keep walking.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's
Mhm.
amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
All right,
Sure.
cool.
Whatever you say.
Sure.
Whatever you say. She actually says that, but it's just like that's pretty much explicit. Like just nod nodding.
Awesome. So I think the next scene is actually going to be at this church. And when I say this church, I mean you need to understand it's like a huge Gothic-looking cathedral, right? Like it's got like the stone and the gargoyles, and it's got the picture of this like huge like it's these twins that are like facing away from each other. One of them has like a smith's hammer, the other one has like a giant spear, and there's like stained glass windows, the usual kind of nonsense. And you folks kind of have woven through the city. And there are some undead between you and the inside of the temple. So the question here is, how do you folks want to get in? Do you want to try and sneak by them? Do you want to try and like fight by them and then bar the doors? Do you want to just give up and leave? What are you looking to do here?
We all look to the sniper.
I need help.
She looks to the rookie and she's like, go around. We're gonna try to find alternate route. We have too many injured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she'll bring up the rear again. She'll look to Green and just
I want to say, like, for both the spy and our kid who's very badly injured, and I know that Green Glowing Thunder herself also has some injuries. Basically, I don't know if this is a thing, but I brought medical supplies with me. I wanted to not only bind all of our wounds, but like pack them firmly and like put like herbs and stuff so that they don't smell like blood.
So this is really rare, and I'm gonna everybody that's watching this that plays Band of Blades. Usually, your specialist skill is not rolled, so like the sniper never rolls aim in general. But this is a case where I'm asking you to please roll your doctor.
Sure. Let's do it.
I'll give you a devil's bargain as well.
I love devil's bargains. Tell me about
It'll
it.
consume one of your medical supplies.
I am okay with this. I brought 2 for a reason. Shit. Well,
You pack it, and you think that it's going to be fine, and it's not going to smell like blood.
that's so reassuring.
The thumbs up is what assured me.
Good job. Everything's fine.
Seems
No
good to me.
problems. Looking good. Awesome. So what's the plan here, officer? Are you folks gonna you all put your heads together? Does anyone have research?
Our doctor does.
Doctor, would you like to roll some research?
I love rolling research. Absolutely. Let's go. Researching. What do I know about this place? Okay, it's my turn to roll like shit, apparently.
There's more dogs. That's what you've learned.
Well, actually,
What do you
no.
do?
What you've learned is that you actually know a fair bit about Aldermark, but you've never visited the city before, and you didn't read about its architecture, so you don't have any ideas for alternate routes in.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I'm afraid this is beyond my expertise.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can try and poke around, see if I can find anything, like if I get closer.
So, sorry, go ahead.
No, I just want to say real quick because I found a picture. Someone did a model of Stalingrad, and it's pretty much I don't know. I posted it in chat, and I think it's very on brand for where we're at right now. I could totally imagine we're just like inside one of those hollowed out buildings.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's actually pretty on brand. Yep.
That's
It's a little more like
modern, obviously, but yeah.
Exactly. But that sounds about right.
But yeah,
So-
so, like I can try and get closer, see if I can see anything, but risky, obviously.
So, how many people did we see?
It's like,
So far?
There's about 2 or 3 packs roaming the area. They're not organized and looking for you. They just seem to be like gathering dead and feeding their hounds, that kind of stuff. The growlers. So it's not a lot. It's about 10 people to cover a giant cathedral outside. So like you can try and sneak past them without too much danger, but it isn't the kind of thing where I can just be like, and you're in, because there is
Yeah.
nothing to roll.
Can I scout a little bit to see if there's a better path?
Yeah, totally.
I will assist.
I'm totally down with the sneaking path, BT dubs.
Yeah. I'm not, listen, I can shoot, but when I'm standing 2 feet in front of someone, that's a little sketchy.
I
So
think,
you wanna assist?
yeah, I think she's just like I think she's trying to make up for doubting you earlier and stuff like that. So it's just like going with you, just trying to cover your back a little bit. Because like even with everything, I still think like the rookies are like looking to her a little bit. And so it's like trying to show like, yeah, we shouldn't have doubted her. I'm sorry. Let's fucking go. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So she'll be like, all right, just keep your head down. We'll see if we can find another path. Keep all the wounded here. Just watch. If anything goes bad, you'll hear my call. And she'll look down to the lantern and look up at you. Fire
Smart.
always works.
Nice.
Uh,
All right.
Yeah,
So
so
it
I'll
would-
stay with the wounded and the other rookies.
You're pretty much their only defense right now. Well, so the position is risky.
Well, let's talk about that. Are you mostly just doing a circuit while keeping hidden?
Yeah, we're trying to stay hidden and do the path that we would do, and just kind of like next street, no one. Okay, next street, no one. Okay.
I feel like it's controlled then, right? Because you're not actually trying to get through. So somebody might notice something, so it might become risky. But for right now, I
Yeah.
feel like you're in a controlled position.
Okay. And then standard effect.
Yep.
And then I get the +1 because you're assisting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
the opposite of a crit.
It's fine. It's fine. I think what's going to happen is the two of you land in a jam, right? So remember, all your wounds are packed and they don't smell like blood. However, what the growlers smell is the breath of the living. And so there's this moment where the two of you are
Forgot to
like
hold her breath.
hopping down, crossing, and sure enough, you hear the and like you see one of them like clutched onto like the side of a building, and it like takes another like 3 steps forward and it gets ready to howl. So you're in a risky position. What do you do?
Yeah, you said getting ready to hell, so it definitely knows we're here. Like it's
So a green rule here is the not even gonna try again. Just embarrassing myself. Can't whistle. Just gonna like whistle twice.
Uh-huh.
Yep. And then try to take a shot on this dog.
honestly, if we're trying to still be stealthy, could we try? God,
Could we hold our breath and try to make our way farther
I
like
was just
away
gonna
from the other
say-
group?
Yes, but it would probably be a risky group maneuver.
I was just gonna actually
Yeah, risky
I've-
group scout would work too.
I have an idea. If I think it's reactionary, so maybe you shoot after this. But I think what's gonna end up happening is I see it's gonna try and howl, and I think I've had like, God, I think it's like a hand axe because Zimbiati are like raiders for the most part. So I think it's like just hand axe, and I think I'm just gonna try and lob it at the thing and try and like get it in the face to at least stop it from howling.
So is that your family weapon that you brought?
Yeah.
Yes, you can do that. I will point out that there is a mechanic that you haven't engaged yet, which is you can, like, what I said was you were in a controlled position.
Yeah.
It definitely knows you're here, and it's about to bring, the wrath of the undead.
Oh yeah, we
fire.
could resist it.
Ah,
We
in
could.
which case it will smell something, but you'll have a chance to like hold your breath or otherwise like do a different action.
We
It's
could
up
do
to
that,
you.
and then you could throw the axe at it. Because if it stops
Sure.
smelling us, then we're
I'm
good.
just
If not, then you could still
so,
react, right?
My question is, do we both have to resist?
No, Ginge actually was rolling for the both of you, so
Okay.
like Ginge would resist here.
Okay, then yeah.
Or
if
you could protect by like, holding a hand or something. It's up to you.
Yeah.
But this is an insight resist.
Yeah, you should resist for us then, and then I think that would be the plan afterwards.
So no bonus dice? Okay. This will be fine.
You can also just say, you know what? I don't want to risk it. Let's just throw the axe. We'll call it a day.
You're also the one with the least amount of stress right now, I think.
She's probably at 3, I think.
I'm
She's
at
at
4.
Yeah, she pushed herself twice during that engagement.
Oh.
That's what
In my
I was
defense, it worked.
Yes,
That's true. Nope, that's true. It did
Damn it.
work
saying.
real well.
What's your insight?
2.
Yeah, that's you're most likely going to take at least 3 stress. It's up to you whether you want to resist.
You
it
want
or
to
if
try to roll it by like covering my mouth, and we could do it that way where you roll it. And it's almost like
Alice has even less stress, I think.
I'm full on stress, and if I take a trauma, I die.
okay. So throw that axe.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
sometimes that's the decision, right? Like you look at your resources and you're like, you know what? We'll take the risky skirmish.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that I'm like aiming in, and I'm about to shoot, and I'm like, and I look over and I see the axe, and I'm like,
I kind of want to say you're still leading, like you're the one who tells me to do it, but I like it's because you can take the stress, right? So it's like you just sort of nod because you see me like putting my hand on it and then fucking go for
yeah.
it. Cool. So would you like to roll skirmish and then I will?
It doesn't have to be a group skirmish. You can roll skirmish. Ginge can
Okay.
assist.
I would like it
Yeah.
to be group just because then I'm rolling 2 dice.
If I assist, I take 2 stress,
You
right?
don't
So
have
I'll
to-
be full.
No, assisting takes 1, and then it gives you
Okay,
extra
okay,
die.
okay.
But you also
Awesome.
don't need to assist me. What I'm wanting you to do you have skirmish?
No. I'm a shooter.
Never mind. Just
It's a
assist me.
sniper.
Okay,
Well, I
you
mean,
have a
with an
Kimbo
assist, you
on-
get
The most I
extra die
wrangle with
anyway.
is my gun.
That's fine. I'll take the assist then.
Okay, so I'll assist. All right.
Yeah. Let's just hope here. Boop. 5.
Whew.
Awesome.
Good enough.
So yeah, it's just like I like hear it and I see it like intake breath or something to do the howl.
So
I just-
are you trying to kill it?
No, I'm just trying to stop it from howling.
Okay.
Like maim its like mouth so it
Yeah, I
can't.
just want to fucking lodge that axe in its
Awesome.
like bottom.
Yeah,
bar.
so you throw your axe, it goes end over end. It's gonna hit it and the wall. It's gonna get hurt, but it's not gonna be killed.
Yep.
And I think you interrupt its howl and it lets go and like falls down and bounces, and then it like launches itself at the two of you at like top velocity.
Yeah,
So
I
you
was,
don't have an axe
yeah,
and you're about to get murdered by this thing. I feel like it is not howling, so you've achieved your goal. But
yes,
you are now in a desperate situation. It's about to eat your face.
yes.
I'll just whistle out because I didn't get a chance to do it because we were doing the
Yeah.
stealthy still
Yeah.
route. So I'm just gonna whistle out just loud enough that they can hear.
To the rescue.
So I feel like the group can arrive and
But
rescue.
it's
but
after this.
It's gonna take a minute.
Yeah.
So what are you guys
Yeah.
doing?
We would have worked
I am-
together to say be quiet still, by the way. It's not like run in and charge if we whistle. It's still like a come to us type.
This is an owl hoot, which means
Yeah.
stealthy approach.
yeah.
Caw-caw.
Yeah.
I mean,
Of course.
I think the thing here is still to like, I'm still gonna try and desperate skirmish it, right? Like, I'm just gonna try and fucking grab the axe from its face and just like, because I think it was like lodged in it and just
Sure,
fucking
no problem.
wrench.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's the. Can I get another assist there, friend?
Yeah.
Not for me.
Can I
no.
when it comes
In the
in, can I
rookies?
hit it with my rifle towards
the
her?
rookies aren't here yet. I'm talking about the sniper.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
No, yeah, me. She's
Yeah,
asking me.
sniper.
So I'll
Yeah.
so as it dives, I'll move out of the way and hit it and just like hit it into her to be able, and then she can grab it and
Yeah, these are all things. These are all things.
I hit things with my gun. That's all I
Oh
got.
god, I wish you had skirmish so we could do groups, because I'm so much better when I have groups to help me do things. But no, let's fucking
They're on their way.
6.
Hey.
Nice.
Yeah.
Don't forget that XP.
Yeah.
You don't die, and you manage to kill it. Those are good things. You don't have to
So-
resist anything.
I think it leaps at us, and you like hit it or whatnot, and it still has that fucking axe embedded in its face, right? So I think I just like grab it, and you like when you hit it, it kind of knocks the ground for a second, and I wrench that axe out. I just cut off its head with it.
Done. So this road is clear. It definitely gives you like a good staging point as the rest of your squad arrives, and there's nothing else here.
Nice.
Do you guys? This clears a potential route. Do you guys want to? Make a scout roll to try and get in as a group?
I
Do you
think
wanna-
so. I think that's a good
Yeah.
idea.
A group scout,
I
yeah.
think we're ready.
Yeah.
I think we're ready for it.
Who's leading?
Jesus stress.
Who's doing who's you know?
I could theoretically do this,
Awesome. Can you explain to us
but
how you're
I'm
leading?
wounded. I know, so like I don't think it should be me.
It can be you. Like you could have a rookie with you, and you could be like on watch, so that you make the hand
Yeah.
gestures for like.
You're
it's
the one
safe
actually.
now.
You're the
Maybe
one
we're
that's-
doing the same thing where it's green, like, right next to you guys, and then it's we're trying to get the slowest people out first, and we're kind of watching behind
Yeah. the
Yeah,
slow
that's-
people are some of them
in
are
case
whack.
they heard anything.
That's a really good point.
All right. Cool.
That sounds good to me.
Okay,
So
so
you said it's a scout roll?
I guess I'm not
Yeah.
gonna push myself, but I would normally roll 2 dice, but I have to roll 1 because of my injury, obviously.
You have level 3 harm, right?
Yeah,
You roll
isn't
2 dice.
that's not cumulative?
No,
You'd have to
not
have
unless you have level 2 harm as well.
Oh, okay, no,
and
never mind.
You're being assisted, so you can
yeah,
do the
exactly.
thing.
All right, never mind. Cool.
It's great.
All right, do my 2 dice then.
I rolled a 5. You do not get stress from me.
5.
3.
Poor
One
man's
stress.
crit.
Hey,
6
Ginge!
from our sniper. I'll roll one for our scout.
Rookies.
Yeah. Ooh. 4.
4.
No.
Okay.
So you
Only,
take
only
one
stress
stress.
more men.
So yeah, so I take 1 point of stress. And get a 6.
It's probably because I'm like literally the one assisting you, and like
Yeah.
I take a misstep and I like almost twist my ankle on the cobblestone, and it just like wrenches the stitches in your gut as I try to hold both of us up through the stumble.
Oh. Yeah, but obviously, you're trying to keep me up more than you. Yeah,
Right,
so-
exactly. But
okay.
unfortunately, it's very painful. But
Yeah.
we don't go down.
Cool.
Super awesome. I think all of you make it inside the cathedral without further ado.
Nice.
So
I'm gonna bar that door behind us.
Yeah.
awesome. So I feel like you folks take some pews and you push them in front of some doors, and
Mhm.
you make sure not to dance around the windows too much or whatever.
Mhm.
Let me see here. 1 second. Bloop.
Ooh.
Fancy.
Fancy.
Yeah. So I think that this is the point where you go up onto the dais where there is like it's got like the altar and a whole bunch of other stuff, and actually they have what looks to be like a sarcophagus, but it's like double wide, and it's got actually 2, at this point they're mostly decomposed bodies in it, which is from one of the original incarnations of the twins, and like that's a hell of a lot of holy stuff there.
Yeah.
And you can, like, as you get close, you realize that they're not even whole bodies anymore. Like, some pieces have been wired on, some pieces have been replaced with like finely carved ivory, so, and like stuff like that. But that's the thing that the spy is pointing to. So what do you folks do?
Let's see if we can cure some corruption. What?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So like, what does this look like? Are you guys like super cautious? Is anyone reverent? Do you just like wrench the lid off and like dunk his arm in? What does this protocol look like for you folks?
So, what is this? What is the chosen actually? That's in like, because it's all based off like the chosen's bodies and after they pass off and stuff like that. What chosen was this the god of?
Aldermark.
Aldermark.
Aldermark has two gods, Matiar, the builder, and I forget his brother's name, who's the hunter.
Okay.
I like to think, since she's kind of leading, she'll walk up and she gets the lid off and she pulls out a flask out of her back right behind the note. She realizes the note's there, takes it off, and hands it over so that she can take a look. The rook.
Sure.
And Zenny. As Zenny's reading it, she's swigging the rest of what's in her flask and then dips it into the water and just starts pouring it on his arm.
Yeah, and I think Green Glowing Thunder is keeping an eye out just to make sure that like there's not something hiding inside of the church somehow. Especially since we know that there are still living followers of the broken that could be around. So just keep an eyes out.
You first, Alice.
I was just gonna say, if this is like you said there's two, I'm going to assume this was entombed. The hunter is entombed here, maybe.
Yeah, Matiar and no, actually it's both. It's Matiar and Gerholtz.
Oh, nice.
When they manifest, they frequently manifest as a pair, and this was like one of the earlier manifestations.
Cool. I think. Oh God, this is probably not a good idea, but one of the like. I think Zenny is going to leave her axe like next to the side that the hunter is on. Because he needs a weapon even in the afterlife.
Oh, that's so nice. Cool. So you dip the I'm trying to remember the English word for this. The thing that you water flask, a gourd, something like that. Water skin. I don't know.
Water skin. Yeah.
Yeah. So you dip it in and you pour it over his arm, and he definitely gives like a, and like you see it like sizzling almost like it's acid and it's eating through that corruption, but you see like blood underneath, so it looks like even if you were to oh, by the way, the water turns like pitch black, and when it hits the cobbles it like bubbles and like it just looks vile, right? So as a matter of fact, when his hand gets too close to the sarcophagus, you're starting to see some like bubbling and like dark marks in that water. So I don't know. What do you guys want to do? That's what happens.
So we would have to dunk his entire hand in to clear it, is what it seems like.
She's gonna get a flask again and keep doing it until it stops sizzling.
Cool.
That sounds incredibly painful.
Yeah, I was gonna say I
His
kind of
fault for
want
getting captured.
We're gonna give him a belt so he can bite on it, so he doesn't bite off his own tongue.
That's fair.
I may have to roll to see if he starts screaming.
Can I put him out? Like,
yeah, you have medical supplies.
I've got medical supplies. Let's put him out. Like,
still doing the whole belt thing because he will bite off his own tongue even unconscious.
Yeah, sure, definitely.
Question for you, Doc.
Yeah.
Do you so like in your medical opinion? This is weird, right? Because this is like magic. This has got nothing to do with sewing people together or science.
Yeah.
But in your opinion, do you want to like take his arm and then like cleanse the area above it, or do you want to like just pour this water on his arm until whatever it is sizzles away and see if you can save him afterwards? You can definitely see like basically like wherever the corruption is run is burning, and so like you can see flesh underneath, like it's taken away like sections of his arm.
All right, I'm gonna I think what's gonna happen is I'm gonna like point at a couple of the rookies and be like, keep an eye out just in case, and then I think I'm gonna lay him out, and basically my plan is to kind of like do a surgery where where I'm cutting into it, so we've got a clear view of the corruption, at least, especially like around the wound, and then like keep it coming on the holy water, as I like, like pour it in, clean it, make sure that that's as far, basically make sure that he's not going to bleed out while this is happening, and that we're not missing anything. And while like making sure that it's not doing more damage than it needs to.
How far up his arm is it going? Like to his shoulder or farther down?
Both? I think he's up and down.
That's actually tough to. It's mostly further down.
Okay.
Like at this point, like his hand actually has like the fingernails are starting to twist into claws, and like you can see like purplish, yellowish stuff starting to appear like on the skin and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's fine. Do you have an assistant? Do you snag one of the rookies to help you?
Yeah, sure. So like I have like a couple of them doing like I'm telling them to keep watch, and I mean like I don't want to tell our commanding officer what to do, but Fading Grey Wake is Grey Fading Wake, sorry, is better at spotting stuff just by being a sniper. So
yeah, she's looking to you for all the medical stuff. She knows that it doesn't matter that she's the leader. She would trust you to
totally
do this. So while she's pouring it and you're like, yeah, stop, go look out, she'd be like, all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Delegation is an important skill in leadership.
Yes.
So yeah, like I'll grab one of the other rookies that was uninjured and be like, just keep some water coming. I need this and that, and like alternating like holy water and like clean water, just to.
Awesome. So I'm going to ask you to roll doctor.
Sure, let's do it.
Rare but important.
Yeah.
Nope. I was just saying, I don't think it matters like for the roll or whatnot, but Zenny's praying through most of this to like various gods, including I was supposed to say, including not Render, but the god he used to be, if that makes sense.
Render's actually the way that the Zymiade god creates chosen is he infuses them with like essentially angels. So like the living god is different than Render. Render was just one of his servants.
Then yeah, just the living god, and like these two obviously, and just any tips you can think of.
Cool. Yes, the praying will not make much of a difference here, but if anybody has assistance, I'm mostly looking at Eric.
What kind of insight?
No, assistance.
Oh, I think you said resistance. I was like, I don't
spend a stress to help me out here.
No, I don't. I'm actually not in a good spot.
Well,
that's fine.
I mean,
do any of the other rookies have the ability to do that?
Nah, they don't. They don't usually work like that. So
I know Alice is filled up too. So I guess it's all on me. I can't take the stress. And I can't really think of a good devil's bargain. So we'll roll one die and see what happens.
I've heard devil's bargain is that a patrol passes by.
Oh god, no.
Do you guys really want to get into a fight with a patrol?
No.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I really don't.
So you don't want to take that devil's bargain?
No, not gonna do it. Not gonna.
I mean, if this guy dies, we got the intel, right?
6.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes.
Doesn't matter.
And with my eye, I can tell if he's still corrupted, right?
Feels so good.
Yeah, actually, you could.
So I would know that he's clean. I'd be like, nope, clean bill of health.
Yeah, I think you have to take his arm off and dunk the rest of his. I guess at that point, if you sew it together like a stump,
Yeah.
into the water, and it's actually going to corrupt this font. But it's gonna leach the toxin out of him and leave it black and bilious in the holy water there, and
there's no way we could take their bodies out of it first, right? Or at least one of, or they would fuck with it. Oh no.
Can I take a flask of it?
Yeah, you have
Since
one
I had
flask.
that flask that I was filling it, I'm gonna take it before she contaminates it, and then just screw it back on and like just kind of put it in my pocket and walk back to lunch.
Yeah, and I think what's gonna happen is there's gonna be like a tense night. Like you folks basically like barricade yourself in one of the rooms, like maybe like the priest's old like where they have like the little office like where they work and stuff.
Yeah.
And in the morning, the spy wakes up. You folks are good. You eat some of your rations or whatnot. Actually, did any rookie take home cooking?
No, sorry.
Cool.
Every inch is in the
No,
eye.
that's fine.
I should take off my fresh food stores then, right?
There
Or
you go.
just say I use them. Yeah. Okay.
What are your fresh food stores?
Boy, I'm a Panyar, so it's probably some kind of weird fruit. Like dried, like something kind of like dried spice. Have you ever had chili mango like slices?
Oh,
That are
yeah.
something kind of like that, like
Nice.
Love
dried
it.
spicy mango fruit.
Excuse me. So yeah, I think you feed everyone with treats from your home, and it is refreshing and delicious.
Yeah.
Lovely.
and-
Um, if I could, it's probably like there's probably not enough for everybody, so I probably have to make it into like a soup, and it just tastes like watered down. This right, but it's still sustenance for everybody.
Better than our
Mango-
ration.
mango chutney is totally a thing.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right, cool. So yeah, I think you folks have a quiet, only semi-warmed meal because building fires indoors is a risky proposition. You do the best you can.
We
and,
got that lantern, guys.
That's actually a cooking lantern is a plausible thing for soldiers.
Yeah.
It looks a lot like like one of those like small butane stoves that you might have, but it uses it just takes forever to heat stuff up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, the spy wakes up in the morning. He's alive. He's immensely grateful. He he produces the documents. So if you recall, he told you folks that he stashed them here, but apparently they were on him all along
Yeah.
because he's a sneaky spy person. He is spy. So yeah, he pulls out the documents which showcase the mapping of what Render's doing, and it looks like if you've ever seen those like old like nature journals where people have like drawings and sketches of all the animals with like little notes and then like pages of documentation on them. He's basically documented all of Render's troops and the processes to make them. He even has like guesses at like weaknesses and things like that. And then he like showcases, right? Like he's like, all right, so they're sending troops this way, so probably you're going to be meeting them in these passes or these regions and stuff like that.
Also, what did Zenny find on that those orders from the lieutenant's body?
So one of the things that you find out is that it's probably going to be more intel for you folks, but I feel like you folks are looking at these orders are probably actually like directives about motion or action. So you essentially have marching orders for the Black Oak, like written down, what she had on her before, like somebody was like, is that a human? Go get him! And like she booked off to go murder this guy. So she's been hunting him for a while, but she has like orders on where to meet up with the rest of her troop because they're like headed north towards like a northern region where they're going to cross over. So, cool. So one last roll, everybody. How do you folks plan to get up? Actually, looking at my notes, you've overcome. Yep, you've actually overcome all the obstacles. I think we just call the mission here.
All right, sweet.
You folks spend some time looking around and squeak your way out. So
that's real good. I'm not doing great at all.
No,
I really need to see.
Permanent, right?
Trials are permanent. You're obsessed with killing everyone of the Black Oak forever.
The reason I ask, would you have written down the translation on the back of that note if I asked you to? Like verbatim?
Yeah, I would have translated that stuff for you.
If you wrote it down, she would have folded it back up to see if there's anywhere about where they came from or where they're hiding out, and just kind of like be sketchy and put it in her pocket for later.
Sounds great. This is a church, so there's like pen and ink and paper. That's not impossible to find. Like
make yourself a copy of it. It's fine.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, of course you can write it on the back of it, but you can also just have a copy.
Yeah.
Cool. So I think what we're gonna do is let's do XP real quick, and then maybe we'll take our last break and we'll do the post mission stuff, which
sounds good.
And NPC stuff as well. Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool. Who wants to go first?
Sure. I'll go first. I didn't roll any desperate actions, surprisingly, but I did get an XP for getting injured while protecting our kid. I survived the mission. That's 1 XP. Did I help your squad through medical knowledge and or
Yes.
emotional effort? I
No
think
question.
definitely 100%. Brought into play your heritage or trauma. I don't have a trauma. I don't know if my heritage really came up that much, other than just like the Panyar sticking with Panyar kind of thing.
What are your heritage abilities?
Shrewd and strange.
Shrewd, I think, like a little bit. Like you just kind of like tortured this dude to save him, so you have an asset. Like that seemed a little shrewd to me.
I don't know. That's more vicious and cold. I think that's
Yeah.
not really true.
Fair enough.
Well, she was kind of weird towards me to get away from the body.
I feel like Shrewd came up largely in when you were trying to save the rookies by seeing the threats coming at them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't remember if you specifically rolled an insight resist, but this is one of those, like, if you engage the mechanism, you just
Yeah,
get the thing.
I did not specifically roll insight resist, but I feel like I wasn't in a position where I could have, but if I was, I would have. I don't know if that makes
fair.
sense.
No, it's
Yeah.
totally cool. This is like one of those, like, when the arrows are falling, if you're ushering the rookies in and protecting them, that's part of how it works.
Okay.
Cool. So yeah, you take 1 XP for that.
And per highest level of threat faced.
4.
4.
So
That's 7 experience.
that is correct.
Holy shit.
I'm pretty
Uh,
sure if including the never mind. Damn.
So I'll take 5 into resolve.
Actually, technically, to tell you the truth, you have 8 XP, which means that you can take a whole advance because you protected the rookie, and you can put that anywhere.
That's true. That's true. But I was thinking about actually advancing resolve instead.
Yep, go for it.
I'm being another doctor.
I wanted to give myself no, it's resolve, not insight, and give myself a point into martial, because I feel like that is something that was fictionally supported with how I was kind of taking charge a little bit. So
Absolutely. And you have 3 XP left over.
that's
Honestly, seemed more disciplined to me for me. But
4
that's so gross. Shoot. I'll put those in the playbook advance. So
Okay, sounds good.
that's good. That's real good. No, I only have 2 left over after that because 6 minus 8 is
yeah.
2.
Yeah.
But the other 2 I put into playbook. So cool. Brilliant. That's me.
I can go.
Okay.
So I got a single desperate action on that desperate skirmish there, because most of those engagements with the thing were risky because we were shooting it, not skirmishing with it. So survived the mission. I did in fact survive. Full on stress, but survived. If you helped your squad by staying out of the way or surviving despite the odds, yeah, we survived.
Very much not the first, but very much the second.
Yeah, did not stay out of the way, but leading the squad and all that stuff of rookies when everyone else was busy. Heritage or trauma? Not trauma, thankfully, because I'd be dead. But loyal, actually. For most part, with sticking with the rookies, leading them when everyone else is down. Even when I was doubting what our commander was saying, still went through with it.
You rolled a loyal die. You get an XP.
I know, but I like talking about justification for it too, outside of just the mechanics. It's I don't know. Anyways, highest threat's 4. You said.
Yeah.
I'm a single XP from advancing.
Oh, ouch. You should have protected your fellow rookie.
He only took 1 injury, sadly.
Well.
And you had that one.
Well, that was a hell of an injury, though. I'll go real quick because it's super fast. I have the same playbook stuff as a rookie, so I survived the mission. I helped my squad by staying out of the way and surviving despite odds, especially the latter one.
You did.
I did not bring in my heritage or trauma, so I don't get any of that.
Oh wait, no, that was an ability.
No.
Never mind. Carry on.
Yeah, my quick and strange did not come into play. And then 4, so I get a total of 6 experience. I think I'm gonna dump it all into prowess.
Awesome. Rookie getting some dots.
Very nice.
So I did not roll any desperate actions. Survive the mission, yes. Help your squad through keen observation or key shots. I would say 2 for that.
Are you sure you didn't roll any desperate actions?
I just looked.
Okay. That's fair.
I thought I did too. I did not.
I think you only get one total. You can't even,
No,
no matter how many it is.
No, actually, I could have sworn that one time you rolled risky when it might have been desperate. It was when you
Yeah.
were actually sneaking into the building to like kill the other
You rolled,
sniper.
one of your things was desperate, and you rolled risky. I did see that too.
Okay.
I think that, yeah, I remember that now.
Okay.
You do get one from that.
So if I do it a bunch of times, you only get one for it.
Nope.
No,
Every
but-
time you roll a desperate, you always get a tip.
No, for
I
the
only-
other ones.
Oh,
you might
yeah.
do. Okay.
Yeah.
So I will take one for the key shot. Heritage or trauma.
Yeah.
I took a trauma and I went after that crazy lady.
You all-
That's 2
that's
XP for
two.
that.
Okay.
Because
Awesome.
if you did your heritage and your trauma, you get 2.
Okay. And then 4.
You
for
could
the-
advance.
Very nice.
So what I'm gonna do is actually dump that into Scout, into Insight,
Okay.
because I can level up with that.
I was
Yeah.
expecting you to take sharpshooter.
I thought about it.
Or just more stress. If you get more stress on your stress track is also good. But yeah, you dump
How
it into Insight.
How many does it add if you add it to your stress track? And how many does that cost?
8. It's called hardened.
Okay. So I'll do that and then I'll put 1 into prowess because I had 1 left over. Or I'm sorry, into insight.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yep.
You got
More
so
stress
much
is always
XP.
good.
Nice.
Super pumped.
Yeah, this was your mission. You were
Totally.
it was really kind of funny because like when it started out, it was just all bad luck, and then like when you came back around, you were just a monster.
I'm
As soon as I took that trauma.
Right?
I-
It's all about the trauma.
I actually love it because at first it was like Zenny was like, hold the line, hold the line. Okay, Sniper survived. Sniper's like, I don't give a shit about what you did. Let me go kill that bitch. And, just, oh,
And then you
so-
did.
And
I
then
don't
you-
like missing shots.
Yeah, rocked it. All right, cool. So I believe that's everyone's XP. Did I forget anybody?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
All right, cool. Let's take a break and then we'll come back and do the secondary mission and all that stuff.
All right,
Okay.
sounds good. I'm going to put another 7 minutes on the clock.